Hello everyone. I did some work on the carrier automatically steaming into the wind feature of the Airboss class lately. This has been improved quite a bit in the new version, so I thought I'd show you a simple example mission to demonstrate that feature. For simplicity, the wind is coming from due west and static weather is used in the mission. The wind is evaluated at an altitude of 160 feet, so the speed will be somewhere between 10 and 21 knots. Including its initial position, the carrier has 4 waypoints, and its speed is set to 11 knots. At each of the 4 legs, a recovery window opens and the carrier will start to turn into the wind for as long as the recovery ops last. On the first leg, we expect the carrier to turn west. However, not to a heading of 270, as we want to optimize the wind over the angled runway. Therefore, the carrier should ideally turn to a true heading of 279, so that the runway is facing directly into the wind and we minimize any crosswind contributions. Once the recovery window closes, the carrier will make a U-turn and go back to the point where it left its original path and go back on course to the next waypoint. On the second leg, the carrier is already nearly going into the wind, so there will be not much change in heading. The U-turn is disabled in the script in this case, and the carrier will directly go to waypoint number 2 when the recovery window closes. Same for the third leg. Also here, the carrier will proceed to waypoint number 3 once the recovery ops are over. On the last leg, the carrier needs to perform a rather long turn as the wind is now coming more or less directly from behind. Once that recovery is over, it will proceed to its initial waypoint and then cycle through all the waypoints again. However, no additional recovery ops are defined. Let me switch to the script briefly now. Well, as you can see, I kept it very basic. We have 4 recovery windows defined, which are timed such that they open when the carrier is between 2 waypoints. During the first window, the carrier should adjust its speed so that the wind over deck blows at 25 knots. On the other legs we use slightly different speeds, and for leg 2 and 3 we have disabled the U-turn as mentioned earlier. I also introduced a new FSM event that is triggered when the carrier passes a waypoint set in the mission editor. You can use that, for example, to start recovery ops relative to the carrier passing a certain position, but that's not used here. This function will display the current carrier speed, its heading, and whether it's turning or currently recovering as a text message on the screen. It will also display the wind speed over deck, where these 2 vertical lines indicate the speed parallel to the angled runway, and the 2 horizontal lines show the component of the wind vector that is perpendicular to the orientation of the runway. In other words, the first number should correspond to the speed we set here, and the second number should be approximately 0 when the carrier is recovering. Alright, back in DCS. To better visualize the direction of the wind, I have placed a windsock on the flight deck. So let's hop into the mission. I will be quiet from now on and hope you enjoy.